My love for Clandestine Laboratories continues to grow. Each release he puts out is just unique, it's artful, it's special, and usually not like anything you've ever smelled before. And you guys have seen some of my reviews in the past. His stuff usually scores very high because when you smell Mark's work, it's passionate. You know, he knows what he's doing, and it's just really inspiring to smell. Today, we're going to talk about his newest release, which is called Island. And this, by the name, may throw you off. You may think, oh, this is going to be another aquatic style fragrance. Wrong. You're very wrong with that. The island that he is referring to is not a tropical island. It is the city of New York at night in a solitary cab ride. So if you're curious as to how that smells, stick around and I'm going to unpack it for you. Welcome back to another review, guys. If you're new here, I create fragrance content in the form of detailed reviews with the occasional list. If you're a returning viewer, I thank you so much for your continued support. The channel grows day by day, little by little, and I'm here trying to do what I do best, and that is describe fragrances and convey their significance, their unique qualities to you, and let you know if they are a good buy for you. If any of that is interesting or sounds great to you, consider joining the community by hitting like and hit the red subscribe button. And now, guys, let's get on to this review. So as I said, Island is not your typical island style fragrance. This by no means is trying to be an aquatic, mass appealing fragrance. That was actually his intention whenever he first made this in 2012. This was supposed to be a commercial mass appeal fragrance, but in his own words, it fails spectacularly at that. And while he says that, there is some really interesting things about this fragrance that, make this mass appealing in a way. We'll get to that. But this fragrance is such a cool take on a warm weather, fresh fragrance. So without further ado, let's just dive into the fragrance and I'm going to start to unpack how this thing actually smells. You can get this in a 50 milliliter bottle for $164, or you can get this in a 100 milliliter bottle for $264. I personally love to get the 50 milliliter bottles. I love the size. I love having, just a little, it looks great to me. And plus, from what I've come to learn, 50 milliliter sizes are kind of the collector's size in fragrance. Wild, I had no idea. I always used to go for 100 mils, but for these, I love the 50 mils. Besides the point, perfumer for this is Mark Sage, as always with Clandestine Laboratories. He is the owner of the company and he does some phenomenal work. Now, the scent profile for this is unique. This is a fresh, citrus, smoky, and interesting fragrance. Without further ado, let's get into the notes. As is typical with the line, there are not top, heart, and base notes that are listed that way. There are just notes. So let's get into those. I am just going to read these off a list rather than try to spout these off by memory. So notes include juniper, yuzu, soapy white florals, green peppercorn, blue lotus, hiba wood, tolu balsam, incense, tobacco, ambergris, oakmoss, vanilla, and white musks. Now, this thing is such an interesting thing because when you first spray it, you're gonna think that there are notes in here that actually aren't. And that is because of the other materials he's using. So whenever I first spray this, you get this peppery, kind of incensey and woody blast. And to me, right off the rip, it kind of smells like a smoky cedar wood or this kind of vetiver-y kind of thing with the smoky woods. But no, guys, it's actually the juniper that he uses, using a very unique juniper that is actually quite smoky, quite dark for a juniper, and it's tenacious. It is strong. It sticks around for a long time. You get that paired with the yuzu, which is becoming a very popular note in perfumery, especially in artisan quality stuff. It's a gorgeous citrus note, and while I haven't actually gotten my nose on specifically yuzu yet, I'm starting to get an idea of what it smells like. It is dewy in a way, like it's kind of a wet fruit. It's in the citrus, kind of sweeter side, kind of transparent smelling, and I may be completely wrong. One day I'll get my nose on straight yuzu. If you've experienced straight yuzu, drop in the comments what it smells like so I know. Now you're getting those two notes. You're also getting the green peppercorn right away. you're getting this fresh, tingly, vegetal pepperiness. It's not black pepper where it's like just spicy, aromatic, table black pepper, but it's different. It's got some unique characteristics, and I love it. You're also, kind of picking up on some of the oak moss right away. That smokiness from oak moss, like real oak moss, can have a hint of this smoky, earthy character. You can smell that, which I imagine is all the way in the base. You can smell it up in the top. That's how these things work. As it opens up, you continue to smell these citruses, and then you start to get the blue lotus. Now, the blue lotus is not any way as strong as it is in Ceremony, which, guys, go watch the review on Ceremony. That fragrance is a masterpiece to me. As a masterclass on blue lotus. Now, blue lotus, just to remind those or inform those that haven't ever heard me talk about blue lotus, is a floral note that kind of, for some reason, to me, gives blue Powerade vibes. It has this very moist, very wet feeling, very hydrating, very life-giving. It's soothing. It's a glorious, like almost meditative style scent, which, I mean, it's a lotus. That's what it does. The lotus paired with the soapy white florals, which I imagine we're talking some lily of the valley style materials, neroli, that kind of stuff. Those florals are nice. They are clean. They're not overwhelming. They are there to fill out the fragrance, to give smoothness, to round out the edges, to give a little bit of that commercial style feeling. You will get an undercurrent of vanilla in this. It's creamy. It's slightly sweet. It is not a vanilla forward fragrance by any means, but it's in there again to fill it out, to smooth it out, to give a little bit more mass appeal, to tame the harshness, the rough edges, the dryness, and give a little bit of rich sweetness. I'm not familiar with hiba wood, so I can't address that note specifically, but there are slight woody tones in this. The tolu balsam adds to that slightly balsamic, kind of smokier qualities. The incense is very nice. It's definitely on the more church incense style, and that is more noticeable near the top. It does fade away through time. And then the tobacco is very nice. It is more of a green tobacco, in my opinion. It's not crazy prevalent as an outright note, but again, it blends in, it adds dryness, it adds earthy qualities, it adds character, and it adds, honestly, some longevity to the fragrance. Same with the oak moss and the musks. The musks are clean. It's a beautiful, interesting, fresh, smoky, green, earthy kind of scent. And honestly, I think a lot of people would actually like this. If you want, a kind of fresh, citrusy kind of fragrance with some smoky characters, it's worth checking out. Now, all that said, let's get into the questions. Is this original? Again, yes, all of his stuff is original. I have yet to find a fragrance in his collection that smells like something else out there, which props to Mark for that. I love his work. The audience for this is going to be unisex, leaning masculine, I would say, a little bit. Again, most of his work can be worn by either gender. Whenever you get into the artisan and indie realm, a lot of these things aren't really meant for one gender or the other. Like, we have art at work here. As far as age groups go, we're going to put this at 20 and up. I think younger people will actually enjoy this, but the young guys are going to struggle with the smokier elements. Now, in terms of seasons, this is going to be a great spring and summer fragrance, so definitely hop on this. I think the first round may have sold out, or maybe not. I don't remember. Check out the website. It should be available there. In terms of occasions, this is a signature scent for sure. This is a great any time of day, wear it day or night, wear it for any occasion. It's so versatile. And then in terms of performance, longevity is great. Mark continues to wow me with how natural his stuff smells and then the longevity that you get. You're gonna get at least 8 hours wear on this one, upwards of 12, and even to the end of it, you're still projecting pretty nicely. The strength is gonna be a nice strong to medium. This one's not overpowering by any means. It's a good presence. I love it. I think it does it perfectly. And in terms of sprays, I'm gonna recommend anywhere from as little as 3. I'd go at least 3 on this one. And honestly, you could probably go upwards of 7 or so. I would definitely wear a little bit more. This one's nice to have a nice bit of presence. The freshness is not overpowering by any means. feel free, go a little hard on this one, but no, his stuff is very strong. And now with that, let's get onto the rating. Guys, I'm gonna give this one a 7.9. I think this is a very nice fragrance. I love that it's unique. I love that, you know, it's something new. I love the freshness. I love the dichotomy of freshness to smokiness to darkness. It's a beautiful blend. I do think that it's gonna be challenging for a lot of people, and it's not one that I'm gonna be reaching for over ceremony per se, but I do love what he's doing, and then the picture that he's captured, it's beautiful. It's really special work. Now, if this fragrance has resonated with you at all, you're curious to try either Island or anything else from his line, check out the link in the description below. It doesn't earn me any commission or anything. It's just a link to the product. I love what he's doing. Check out either Island or honestly, get a discovery stash, guys. Seriously, you need to check out his work. He's doing some incredible things, and my collection of his continues to grow. I am looking forward to reviewing more of them. It's just truly special work. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you learned anything, let me know in the comments, and hit that like button and join the community by hitting the red subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.